Indonesia's Riau Archipelago covers an area of 8,201 square kilometers. Located south of Peninsula Malaysia, it is made up of a cluster of islands with 5 regencies. The Batam and Bintan Islands are among its largest and most populous. Only a handful of adventure cyclists from Malaysia have actually explored the islands linked by air and sea transportation. And when the opportunity to traverse the islands on a bicycle came, I grabbed it without hesitation. My adventure begins with a bus ride from Kuala Lumpur to Johor Bahru. Sean Sajrin, my co-worker and a fellow cyclist, had tagged along for the ride. Speaking on expectations, Pak Hamid, who planned the trip, shares his thoughts on the bicycling expedition.
I first started planning for the trip when Pak Huri, one of our riders, who have ridden before, asking me to set up a trip to the Riau Archipelago. So actually there was not much to be done to plan it, because I've been here before. I've travelled to Karimun, I've travelled to Batam, and I've travelled to Bintan. There was not much in the scene, in the scenery. I think it's just the interaction between us. Many of us are new to each other on this trip, so it's very interesting to see different kind of viewpoint and different kind of expectation from the rest, from all of us. So.
After a night's stay in Johor Bahru, we cycled some 30 kilometers to Puteri Harbour, a port located in Nusa Jaya, to board a ferry to our first destination, Karimun Island. The Karimun Regency is 912.75 square kilometers wide and is home to 171,000 islanders. Unlike Batam, the largest city in the Riau Archipelago, Karimun has a slower pace as life is pretty laid back. The island is also a popular getaway for Malaysians living in Johor as well as Singaporeans. Our ferry ride from Puteri Harbour took more than 2 hours to arrive at the port of Tanjung Balai in Karimun. Indonesia is famous for its nasi padang, a traditional rice dish originating from Sumatra. There is no shortage of good food in Karimun, as there are dozens of established nasi padang restaurants here. Another great find in Karimun is coffee. There are many shops retailing ground coffee powder and beans in the town centre. Highly recommended is the Karimun Gold coffee beans that are sold at 43,000 Indonesian rupiah or $3 per kilogram. Later in the day, we joined a group of cyclists from the Karimun Cycling Club on a sightseeing ride. Our leisure ride ended at a popular spot along the island's coast, and as daylight faded into the horizon, we prepared ourselves for a trip to Pulau Kundo, which is roughly about 45 minutes away from Karimun via ferry.